In the documentary, you say you go into the coach's office and you're like, hey, I want to do this. And you're like, all right, cool. Go down you're in. Was it that simple as far as becoming a student coach?
So I got my foot in the door doing just video, like the whole, film and practice and all that,
Yeah.
games. And so that was freshman year. And then spring going into sophomore year, I mean, I was always at the football facilities. And the director of football ops just asked, hey, you're here all the time. You want to come upstairs and help out? So for about a week or two, I was helping out with operations. And then, I was like 18 at the time, didn't know any better. I just walked right into the head coach's office, said, hey, Coach Nehemiah, he goes, hey, Connor. I didn't even know he knew my name.
Yeah.
And he's awesome. One of the best people I've ever met. And I go, hey, Coach, could I student coach? And he stands up, he thinks about it, and he goes, oh, follow me. Brings me right into Coach Jasper, the offensive coordinator's office, and says, hey, Coach, here's your new student coach. I go, oh, thanks.
And that's it.
And then
just ran with it from there.
Ran with it. Any responsibility I had, just treated it in my mind like I'm the head coach at Michigan, right? Like it's like a psychological thing where it's vision. Like when you visualize you are what you're trying to be, then you convince your brain that you are, right? And then all your habits are like that. So everything I did, the first thing I did at Michigan, kind of skipping ahead here, but the first assignment I had at Michigan was doing a wind report, special teams. Yeah, every stadium, every stadium we play in, we need a wind report.
Yeah. Gotta have that.
I said, okay, do you have like a template of one? I said, I don't know. I don't know where we would. I've seen one before, but just kind of, start it and then I'll kind of redirect you if it's, not what we're thinking. And so, all right. So I just became like a weatherman for a month. You're
thinking
it was probably like 5 days, took
Yeah.
about 5 days. And I give him this like 18-page packet and it had like every kickoff, where it landed and what the wind was that day. In every stadium they played in that year. And I think they were like, what the heck is this?
No,
you're thinking
they're probably like, well, what do we got here?
He's like, I'm going to be the best goddamn weatherman they've ever seen.
Yeah. And then it was the next task, whatever it was, just, I'm going to be the best at whatever it is.
There's the epitome of giving 110% at all times.
Yeah, absolutely. When did it start to, like, you're at the Naval Academy, when did you start to, how did you create your first opportunity outside of the Naval Academy?
So sophomore year, spring break, I go back home to Michigan, and Coach Harbaugh just got the job, and they're doing this coaches clinic. And Coach Partridge at the time was the recruiting coordinator, so he ran the clinic. And I went with some of my high school coaches and my dad, and I think like Mike Martz or someone big was speaking, so all eyes were on him. And
Mike Martin?
Mike Martz. He was like a head coach for the Rams, Super Bowl winner.
Got you.
So he was speaking, all eyes are on him. But I'm just trying to get my foot in the door. So I go down and talk to Coach Partridge, and basically was like, hey, I'm here for a week. This was like Friday night or Saturday morning, right? Spring break just started, right? So you get the next 9 days or whatever. And so I go and introduce myself and tell him, hey, I'm here on spring break. I'm here for the week. I'd love to help out. I told him, I name dropped a couple of people that I knew he knew at Navy, so I student coach with them. And, he probably thought, one, why the heck are you in Ann Arbor on spring break?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then two, military, Naval Academy, student coaching. Okay, yeah, we'll find something for you to do. And, just ran with it from there. And I think the wind report was that off season. That was like the first, in my mind, big project I had or whatever. And
was there something to leaving after your sophomore year? You know what I mean? Because you're obviously taking a chance going and diving into this next opportunity with Michigan.
Well, I was doing both. So I was a student at Navy. Like I did my 4 years at the Naval Academy, and then my 5th year I was a temporary assigned duty. It's like a grad assistant with the football team because they don't have a post grad school, right? So, I student coach. So I wasn't at every single Michigan game.
Yeah.
During my 4 years at Navy, because I was at every Navy game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like we had a bye week or a spring break or in the summer and I had time to go home or whatever, that's when I would help out. And then when I got, so I graduated in 17, go to, so now I'm a Marine Corps officer, do maybe 5 or 6 months as like a GA with the Navy football team. And then I go do my Marine Corps training and then get stationed in California. At that point, when I'm no longer with Navy football, that's when I was then flying back and forth.
Okay.
Helping out Michigan. And then I was at like pretty much every game. So that started in like 2018.
And you were helping the coaching staff
during
that time as well.
So it started when I was at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina for a few months training, and then stationed in California. So, they kind of touched on it in the documentary. I would, when I was in California, I would live. Well, I started sleeping on my couch, and I rented out all the rooms in my house to make money.
Yeah.
And save money to fly back and forth and all that. And then I realized, well, I live like 55 minutes north of Camp Pendleton. So why am I driving back and forth just to sleep on my couch? I'm just going to sleep in my car. So I slept at the I-5 South rest stop right outside Camp Pendleton every day for like 2 years.
No shit.
Yep.
Every day for 2
It
years.
saved 2 hours, like an hour driving north, an hour driving south.
That's gas. That's everything. That's
You're
everything
saving
you need.
money. You're saving time. So that's 2 more hours of watching film.
Dude, I love it. It's like, it makes sense, but at the same time, very, very few people are willing to sacrifice.
Right, and it's also like people are like, oh, he was such a big fan of Michigan. Like anybody who like wants to be successful, like these are the kind of sacrifices you should make in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
To get these things going.
Yeah.
So you're flying back and forth.
So I'm flying back and forth. Say I get back from Ann Arbor, wherever we're playing, and Sunday night, get back, LAX, drive down, pick up my laundry, which I put in over the weekend, and then drive down, stay at the rest stop, wake up, 5 a.m., whatever, workout on base, work ends, I'm watching film, go to the rest stop, sleep, do the same thing for 4 days, and then Friday after work, drive up to my house in Orange County, do my laundry, drive up to LAX, fly to take the red eye. So it was always 2019 and 2021 because COVID, I couldn't go to games.
Mm-hmm.
So 2019 and 2021, every single game was off no sleep.
No shit.
Yeah. Took the red eye, land wherever we are. It's like sometimes, we'd be playing like Illinois. So I'd have to fly into Indianapolis, rent a car, drive over to Illinois, drive back. And then I would hit the Kansas City Chiefs game on my way back. So my boy Frank was his first year with the Chiefs.